You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. Should you use your KiwiSaver for your first home or keep it for retirement? The real-life pros, cons and what most people don't know before they withdraw. Kia ora and welcome back to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, your go-to mortgage advisor, mum of 4 and the person who'll always tell you the truth, even if it's not what you expected to hear. Today, we are diving into one of the biggest financial questions facing first home buyers in New Zealand. Should I use my KiwiSaver to buy a house or should I leave it for retirement? There is no one-size-fits-all answer, but I'll walk you through the pros, the risks, and a few client stories that might help you figure out the right one for you. Now, remember, this is not a financial advice, so for anything personalized, please go and see a financial advisor. Now, number 1, what can you actually use KiwiSaver for? If you've been contributing to KiwiSaver for at least 3 years, you can withdraw most of your balance to use for a home deposit. You've got to leave $1,000 behind. You must live in that property and you can't have owned a property before unless you qualify as a second chance buyer under certain criteria. In short, KiwiSaver is often the biggest or only deposit source for many first home buyers. But here is where it gets tricky. The big trade-off, house now versus retirement later. Yes, using your KiwiSaver might help you buy now, but it also reduces the amount growing for your retirement later. That money is invested and compounding, and withdrawing it at age 30 or 35 means potentially missing out on hundreds of thousands in future growth. But you know what else matters? Getting into the market early. Because if house prices keep rising and you stay renting for another 5 to 10 years, that's also affecting your long-term financial future. So the real question becomes, which investment will grow you more, your KiwiSaver or your first home equity? Now let's look at the case study. Use now, rebuild later. Let me tell you about Natasha. She was 31, earning $82,000 and had $54,000 in her KiwiSaver. She wasn't sure whether to withdraw it or keep saving for another few years. We looked at the numbers and realized she could get into a small 2-bedroom unit in Upper Hutt now with the help from the first home loan. She could stop renting and start building equity. And here's the key. She could increase her KiwiSaver contribution from 3% to 8% after buying the house. That strategy gave her the best of both worlds, a home now and a boosted retirement fund going forward. Now, what to think about before you withdraw? Before you touch your KiwiSaver, ask yourself, am I emotionally and financially ready to buy or just rushing to use KiwiSaver because I can? Will I have any funds left in my KiwiSaver after the withdrawal? Am I confident in the property I'm buying? Location, quality, long-term growth? What's my long-term plan to rebuild retirement saving? And please, don't just blindly withdraw it. Talk to your provider, your advisor, and even your accountant. This is a big financial fork in the road. What if you don't use a KiwiSaver? Now, let's say you want to keep your KiwiSaver untouched. That's not a bad thing, especially if you have other deposit sources like savings or family help, inheritance. You're investing outside of KiwiSaver. So you've got shares or business. You plan to buy with a partner who is using their KiwiSaver. You're building in a location where capital growth is slow and the return might not outweigh KiwiSaver performance. Look, there is no shame in playing the long game. The key is to have a plan either way, not just wait and hope. Final thoughts from me. Your KiwiSaver is a powerful tool. Whether you use it for your first home or for retirement, there is no one right answer, but there is a right answer for you. And if you're not sure what that looks like, I'd love to help. We'll run the numbers, weigh your options, and make a decision that feels right, not rushed. Thanks for tuning in into That Home Loan Hub. If you found this episode helpful, hit follow. Share it with a friend or flick me a message with your KiwiSaver questions. Because buying a house is one thing, but building a future, that's a real game. Talk soon. And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.